Good morning, friends. I haven't done a get ready with me in a long time. And today I actually had the gumption to do it. So here I am going to tell everyone that I'm doing it. Got some coffee, got some oatmeal, have my base layer of makeup on. We're going to do it. So let me know where you are, what's up. I know it's early in the morning for a lot of people, and some people are at work. That's how it goes, but that's how it goes, you know? So yeah, come say hi. Get Teddy with me. I can't spell this morning. Oh my goodness. There we go. Hello, friends. Hello. What is going on? Hi, Matt. Good morning. Hello. Yes. Today, I need to film my July wrap-up. Yeah, Ruth, I know. See, the thing is, I can't plan these sometimes because when I try to plan them, I don't follow through. So I was like, you know what? Let me just make my breakfast. I have all my makeup sitting down here. We'll get to that in a minute. And I was like, I'm just going to make my oatmeal. I made some oatmeal with blueberries, bananas, and peanut butter and honey, which is basically like having dessert for breakfast. And who doesn't want that, you know? But what is up with everyone? Tell me what you're reading. Tell me what's happening. Erica, hey girl. It's going to be 110 in Arizona. But even at 76, you can handle it. You've been doing it for 23 years. Girl, you go, man. It's actually cooled down a little bit this week. The last couple days I haven't went anywhere. Not only because they've been doing some construction outside of my apartment, which has been extremely annoying for filming, but honestly, it's been a good thing because we needed this work done that they're doing. Like, we definitely needed it done. But it's also been really hot. So, like, I'm okay with it at the same time that I have a reason not to go anywhere. But today, it's only supposed to be a high of 80, which is great. Yeah, let's see what some people are reading here. Good morning as people pop in. I know not everyone likes watching people eat, so I totally understand if you don't want to watch that part. I won't take too long to eat, I promised, and then we will get to the makeup and books and stuff. But I just wanted some friends this morning. Yeah, I'm usually actually an eggs and toast person for sure. But lately I've had an oatmeal craving this week. I had some really good bananas. So I've been having bananas and blueberries and oatmeal, and it's really good. I wouldn't necessarily call it protein oatmeal by any stretch, but it's not bad at least. Let's see. Alyssa's reading Precious Hazard. Great one, Alyssa. I hope you like it. Karen, sorry, I said that. Erica, apologies, Erica, is reading Reckless by Karen Roberts. That's why I said Karen, because the Karen is right below your name. So I guess it makes sense why I messed up. It's early. Will I be watching Blood of My Blood? I will, Erica. I actually did a reaction video to the teaser trailer, I think just like 2 weeks ago. And I talk about my plans for it in there. So definitely check out that. I react to the teaser video, which they then immediately put out a full trailer for Comic-Con in New York. But reacting to trailers is not A, my strong suit, nor B, is it something that is like, it doesn't do that well for the channel. But I was like, I'll react to it so people know. But I will be reviewing it. I'll start with reviewing the first episode and we'll see how it goes. I may just wait and review the whole season just because my general thing with Outlander is watching an episode and comparing it to the book, right? Blood of My Blood, there's very limited ability to compare to a book just because of, from what I hear about what it's going to do. It's, we have just a couple short stories from the past, as well as there are books that Diana hasn't put out yet. So my ability to have commentary on that will be reduced to like just if I liked it or not, which again, I know you guys would want to hear. That's great. But I don't necessarily want to just make videos that are just like, oh, I liked it or didn't like it. I want to have something to analyze, something to compare. So that's why I wonder if waiting until the entire season is out would be good. But I'll for sure do it with the first episode because I'm sure there'll be people interested in if they should watch it or not and all that. But after the first episode, we'll have to see whether I continue to review each episode or if I just wait till the end of the season. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll for sure do the first episode and we'll see. Let's see what else people were saying then. It cooled down a bit over the past couple of days. Good, I'm glad. Hi, Kelsey. You are currently reading Insatiable. Cool. Cool. Who's the author of that one? There's a lot of Insatiables that come to mind, actually. Love the fact that you're a Midwest girl. You're from South Dakota. Oh, that's awesome. I was just down near Sioux Falls in June, and it was amazing. Hey, Christine. I just mailed off your book, Christine. I annotated a book for her that will be getting dropped off at the post office today. So excited to get that out to you. You are reading Praise. Oh, that's awesome. I just started my reread of Give Me More. I'm annotating that for someone. And I haven't read Give Me More in a long time. And I think it was a good choice too, because I believe the spin-off series is about one of the sons of this throuple. So we'll see. Erica said, you love how Sam and Kat are supportive. I mean, I am too. But I'd also say, I mean, they're producers of Outlander. So if the show makes money, they make money. I don't think there would be anything to be defensive of. You know what I mean? Like the Outlander zeitgeist, all of it supports what they do as well, right? You know, but I'm not saying I disagree. I love seeing them be supportive. It makes me be excited, but also they're going to be making money off of Outlander until they die, as they should, because they do a wonderful portrayal of Jamie and Claire, but they're also producers. So it would be silly to not be supportive of it. I'm more interested in how supportive Diana is and what she thinks of it. Because we know she doesn't keep her mouth shut about some of it, which I love about her. I do. Finally reading Rewind It Back, Ruth says. Girl, that needs to happen this month because I'm annotating it for 2 different people. So it has to happen. It has to happen that I get to it. Oh, I was going to talk about what I was reading, but I got distracted reading your guys' comments. But I'm almost done with my oatmeal. I got to keep eating it or else I'll talk about my books and I won't finish my oatmeal. So you guys keep telling me what you guys are up to. Erica, good info to have. Yes, Diana opines. Yeah, she does. But I love that about her. I mean, you know, no one would ever consider her being naive about anything. You know, she sold her property and it's lucky how involved for us as fans, it's lucky how involved she's chosen to be. But really how close it stays to it, it's all up to the people who own it now, you know? Like, she can only control her books. Like, they can do what they want. I haven't went live on YouTube in so long, you guys. There's so many different things on here now, which is kind of interesting. Okay, Kelsey said, you've only read up to Voyager and you have watched 1 season. Is there a reading and watching order you would recommend? Read a book, watch the season. I mean, Kelsey, you asked such a simple question for which there is a very confusing answer. I think it depends on a couple of things. I think that you absolutely can read a book, watch a season. There are plenty of people who do that. Especially when the show was, you know, still coming out. You didn't have really any choice if you wanted to like read a book and watch a season, you know, because that's how it went. I would say it depends on how fast of a reader are you. Like, do you want to plow through all of them and then watch it? That's great. Do you like, you know, do the characters in the book really look like the characters on the show for you? That is a consideration as well. Because if they are, maybe you enjoy reading the book and then watching the show because you feel like they really are acting out what you're reading, and that can be fun. Or do you find them to be extremely different? Because that is completely subjective. You know, I've obviously made over 50 videos in regards to Outlander, the show and the books and everything, right? So I have my own opinions about how closely it follows it and everything. And it is different season to season, episode to episode. But overall, I go back to this. The show is what got me to read the books. So I'm never going to diss the show ever. Like, even when they do things that annoy me. Because if I hadn't watched the show, I wouldn't have read the books. The books didn't catch me on their own, you know, like that plain blue cover isn't the book that I first bought, right? I bought one of the TV books first. So Kat and Sam will always be Jamie and Claire to me. They are who I see, particularly Sam. As Claire has aged, I don't quite see Katrina Balfe as Claire when I'm reading. I absolutely see it when I'm watching. But Sam Hewen will be Jamie Fraser for me until I die. Like, that is who he looks like to me, you know. Absolutely does. So I know I'm just talking in circles, but it really has to be what's working for you. Like, if watching the show is what gets you excited to read the books, then by all means watch the show first. If you watch a season and then are like, oh, well, I want to know how the book compares, then do that. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it depends on how fast you read, how, you know, do you want to just get 1 month of stars and then watch it all? Like, there are a lot of different things to consider. And so I know I'm one of those people who didn't just give you an answer, but it just depends on your pace. Like, there are some people who can read that whole Outlander series in a couple months. So go ahead and read all the books and then watch it, you know. So I don't have a good answer for you. My point with all of it is I don't think whatever order you do that in takes away from either one, in my opinion. I think if you read all the books, you've read the books, great. Now watch the show. If you want to do switch back and forth, do it. I don't think there's a suggested reading order. I think it's what you like. I can't forget about my coffee here. I got a Kelpie tattoo after reading the first Outlander book. I love the show for years, and it's become a comfort show. I love it. Love to hear that. I still want to get a tattoo that represents Outlander. All of my, well, not all of them, but 3 of my tattoos represent like something bookish as well as something else. And I definitely want to get a thistle at some point, and probably a quote from 1,000 Kisses. Like I'll probably do a quote from that poem with it, is what I would do. I like to watch the show first because then I got to read things I loved in the show in their voices. See, that's perfect. That works great. I mean, I should name a few others too. Like Tobias Menzies, that man is brilliant. Feel however you feel about Frank and Blackjack Randall, like that is a character / actor who is thy character. I will, anytime the name Blackjack Randall gets brought up, boom, Tobias Menzies is there. He's an excellent performer for him. Same with like Jenny, though I do like the new Jenny. I do like her. But I will always see like the Jenny. I think she's great too. But Bree and Roger are very specific to the show for me. I see them very differently in the book, particularly Bree. I think Richard Rankin is pretty close to how I see Roger at this point, but Brianna, she's not tall enough, she's not broad enough or bossy enough in the show for me, so I see a different Brianna. Probably Brianna's my self-insert character. I've never really inserted as Claire, even though I want Jamie for myself, but Brianna's like my self-insert character, so I see her as myself a little bit more than other characters. But there's some insight for Jenn for you. But I'm weird like that. I could you guys know. See, you got me started on the Outlander track, which is perfectly fine, but I could ramble about that the whole time. That's helpful, thank you. I'm a decently fast reader, but try to save for the longer books. I was almost thinking it would help me through the book faster to already have faces. Great idea. Great idea. Erica, you're going to get a B in honor of DG's most recent published book. Yes, I love the B. I love the B with the honeycomb around it. You know, and that's something I thought of as getting the thistle with a B on it. I like that idea a lot, actually. To names and know the bigger picture so I don't try to do mental gymnastics. See, that is helpful. Yes, watching the show to like know locations and things, that's a great point. I think they do a good job of that in the show. Like, I mean, I know Scotland is iconic on its own, but overall, we actually aren't in Scotland that much of the the show once it gets rolling. We're in America more than that. But there's just always something when I see certain pictures of Scotland, that Outlander will just always be there for me. Okay, really almost done now. A couple more bites. So what I'm reading, I can talk about that. I am, as I did just mention, I am rereading Give Me More. I'm about a third of the way into that. Good morning, Stephanie. It's your last week of vacation in Colorado before heading back. and the start of a new year. Oh, well, I hope you're enjoying your vacation. I am reading Beating Heart by Laura Pavlov. I'm annotating this for Amber, who will definitely be sleeping right now because it is like early in the morning for her. But I'm about 40% of the way through that. I'll definitely finish this today. And then I am working my way through Mountain Daddy because the very lovely S.J. Tilley sent me a copy. And when the book dropped yesterday, I did snag the audiobook right away. Oh my gosh, I love it. I hate to lose the holds that you have at the end of the line. What did we miss? Oh, I must have missed one here. You're desperate to start First and Forever and Promised in Blood. Waiting for audios through my library, but yesterday they disappeared. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, that would be so frustrating for sure. But anyway, Mountain Daddy, loving it. It's narrated by Connor Craze, which is interesting for me because I am seeing, like, obviously Wander did the cover for this. That is the model and photographer who's on this cover, if you don't know. And yes, it does remind you of Highest Bidder because, of course, it reminds you of Highest Bidder because it is. You know, if there's going to be a silver fox gentleman in a book, people are going to reach for Wander. I have some other covers with Wander on it too, but I don't know where they are right now. But I do have a few more that are him as well. Woo! See, I got all my books right over here. But he did a special photo shoot for this one. I was just reading it in the notes because he is a photographer, obviously, right? And he also is a model because what's great. What I noticed, and this is so cool, he has a bracelet on that says Wander on it. He has one of those like beaded bracelets on. So for his photo shoot, he had that on. And I kind of love that little like deep in there. I mean, Mac, he almost could be the same character in both. But that's where I was going with that, is that Connor Craze is voicing him. And I don't know, Connor Craze just doesn't sound like a late 50s guy to me. I don't know. He'll always sound like a 30 or 40-year-old mafia guy to me. But it's great. I'm loving it. Christine, I haven't read or watched Outlander yet because I went to grad school in Scotland and I was worried that I wouldn't like the way she described Scotland. Oh, that's funny. Hey, we all have our dumb reasons, but I really don't think there'll be a problem with it. Mostly because she's describing Scotland in 1745. So, you know, unless you were around in 1745, I don't think there'll be much of a conflict with that. But Paige just finished Give Me More and Mercy since the stream we did a few weeks ago, and I love Mercy so much. Oh yeah. Yep. Mercy is a great one. See, Christine, Erica's going hard. Erica's going hard on it for sure. But everyone just relax. Christine will be reading Outlander, I'm sure, because pretty positive she's getting a copy of it from me. So we won't worry. I hope you'll enjoy my thoughts on it, Christine. she'll have it with my thoughts in it because she ordered a annotated copy of it. So I think it will be very exciting. Sweet. Oh my gosh. I just got a cool email. So, but Outlander's not going to be for everyone. As much as I wish it was, it's not going to be for everyone because it is a very certain style of book all on its own. All right. We're done with that. So if you don't like mouth sounds, thank you for sticking with me. We're done with eating now. Alrighty. Time to do the makeup. I've only read the first back in 2015. They're just so chunky. Are the audios any good? Stephanie, funny you should mention. There are currently 2 different options for the audiobook, at least book 1 and 2. Okay. So there's an original narrator who is fabulous, but she is an elderly woman. And so that didn't work for everyone. Let's just be honest. I'm used to her narration because I've listened to probably half the series narrated. I haven't bought all of them, but I have quite a few. And I mean, I will say that her voice for Jamie, I hear in my head just as often as I hear Sam's because she just has such a distinct way of narrating him that works for me. Like the way she says Sassenach, it just works for me. Okay, it does. Sorry, here I'm putting up my mirror here. Boop. There's my mirror there. But there is a second narration that's being done. They're being re-recorded because the narrator who's done the first 9, she is retired. She already came out of retirement, that's the word, to do book 9. But she is elderly. And she won't be doing any future books. And so there's this narrator named, I think Catherine is her name, who actually plays the new Jenny in season 7. And she is re-recording the books and they're being released. So Outlander and Dragonfly and Amber have already been re-released. But they're not getting rid of the books narrated by the first narrator too. So you can listen to samples of both and decide which voice you like. And if you like the original narrator, well, you'll be able to listen to 9 books. And I believe she does the side books too, narrated by her. But then the newest book will be narrated by the new narrator whenever it comes out. We do not know when. What is it? A Prayer for a Warrior Going Out. We haven't even talked about that, the title of the book, which she then vehemently explained, no, that doesn't mean Jamie dies. But that is what, which let's be honest here. I don't think anyone's ever talked about this, but the titles of like almost all of the books they sound like they have to do with death. So the fact that people jump to because that's the title that it means someone dies, I'm like, well, I'm sure someone dies. And also they will die eventually. But think about it. Go tell the bees that I'm gone. What does that mean? That could mean that someone's died. Voices to age. Oh, Erica, I know. I hope you don't take that badly. I just mean that when you listen to Outlander, she doesn't necessarily sound like a 27-year-old woman is the thing. And I don't even think it just has to do with elderly. I don't mean how her voice sounds. I mean, literally, she's elderly and is retired and doesn't want to narrate anymore. That isn't me commenting on that I dislike her voice. I know some people don't care for it. I've never had a problem with it. I love how she sounds as Jamie. I've loved how she sounds as Jamie the whole time. I think it's very well done, but she's elderly in the fact that she's retired. Like, that doesn't have to do with how she sounds. That has to do with she doesn't want to work anymore, and she has the right to not work anymore. And for continuity purposes, it really doesn't go well when you switch narrators in a series. Like, it just doesn't. No matter what reason or fact you use, people don't want to switch. So they're having this new narrator do him from the beginning so that by the time they get to the newest book, she'll have done all of them. It's also just, the original Outlander wasn't done in the same type of like studio or with the same type of recording that it was done. So it is just better quality just for facts as well. But I'm by no means denigrating the absolute talent that was Davina Porter. She is the voice of Jamie and Claire for 30 plus years or whatever. I don't know when the first one was recorded, but like, she's fantastic. It's just fact that she's retired, and who knows what would happen. It's like, would we want to keep expecting her to narrate it, and then heaven forbid when she does pass on, there's no plan for who's going to take up the mantle. Now we're having this narrator do it who starts from the beginning, and her voice is going to age with Jamie and Claire as she does them. And I don't just mean then that she'll get older, which we all get older. That's not a debate, but she will get to play the characters through every age that they are and age up with them so that when she's narrating them in book 10, they sound older. So yeah, I don't think it being an issue. Of course you are coming. Yes. Well, I hope it's clear. Like, I'm just stating all the thoughts around a thing. It's not my personal view one way or the other. I think she's fantastic. But I am also excited to hear how this new person is doing it. I'm planning to buy the new copies as well. I just think it's fun to see how a different performer does something. And how she does all the accents and how all that goes. Having someone who's actually Scottish doing them, because I don't believe Davina Porter is Scottish. I could be wrong, but I just think that'll be interesting. So yeah, I think, of course, some people jump to the like, I don't like the voice of this old lady doing it, right? Which is the most uncomplimentary and rude way to say a thing. But there's the finer point of it of just straight up, the lady's retired, and she already came out of retirement to do Go Tell the Bees. And that was about 5 years ago. And we don't know how long until we'll get the next book. It could be another 5 years. And then there we go. But let's move on from Outlander. I need to do my makeup now that I'm ready so that I can film. I need to film probably in, let's see, we've already been talking for a half hour. So I need to do my makeup in like the next 15 minutes so that I can film. I have to film 2 videos today before the sun gets too crazy. So let's switch some other topics now. You guys know I'm always happy to talk about Outlander, but let's see. I need to do my makeup too. So let's see what else. Getting your budget ready. Keep us posted, please. Yes, I absolutely will. Kelsey, this is random, but have you read the Lost Queen series by Signe Pike or Gale Song Trilogy by Shauna Lawless? They both take place in ancient Scotland. I have not heard of either of those, actually. Sorry, I got to move this a little bit. Going to put on my brow makeup. As you all know, maybe you don't, because it's been a long time since I've done a Get Ready With Me. I by no means am a makeup tutorialist. I'll show you the makeup I'm using, but I'm not promising I'm using it correctly, nor that I know what I'm doing. I just do what works for my face, okay? Well, that didn't help any. There we go. I'm using some brow gel by Essence, which this is a newer use for me. I used up my last brow pencil and they don't make that brand anymore. So I tried this, which actually uses like a spoolie for your, and I actually love it because this has like a filling fiber thing and it does such a good job. So I find it pretty easy to work with. Oh, this mirror immediately shows me way more of the little imperfections. I need to get my eyebrows done so bad. But today's not the day. They're both have slight romances in them, but they're not super fantastical. They take place around 900 AD. Interesting. Well, with your love for Outlander, I'm sure you may enjoy. Well, that's the thing. I don't usually enjoy historical fiction, like I'll be honest. But I've never heard of those before. They sound interesting. Can't believe I never used to do my eyebrows. It is like a whole new world. Boo, boo, boo. Aw. Thanks, Big Mac. Thank you so much. Yes, my July wrap up will be available for the channel members. Hopefully by like 1 o'clock today. It'll be available as soon as I get it filmed. Paige, are there tropes you think are being written too often now than they were a few years ago? You know, that's very interesting, Paige. And it always makes me laugh just a little bit. The color top you're wearing suits you. Oh, thank you. I do look good in jewel tones. I do know that about myself. The burnt orange, deep purples, maroons, those are my favorite colors to wear. That's why my hair is a dark purple. It doesn't look purple today, but people always say I have red hair. And I say every time, I actually use deep violet is the color that I put. But I haven't refreshed it in a while, but I love jewel tones. So the funny thing, Paige, about tropes is that's kind of the point, right? It's a trope because it gets written too much. What is absolutely brilliant about the romance marketers, community, whatever, is that tropes used to be a thing that was kind of like benign. It was just, you know, is a thing used a lot or not? And it's been turned into a marketing thing, which is fantastic, right? Like literally I have a 600 videos based on tropes that are recommendations. So obviously I like them. But I know what you're asking. You're saying they're ones that are being written too often. But my point in saying that tropes, that's the point, is that it's become a trope because it's written so often. That's what it is. And so I don't really think that. I think, how do I say that? My point is there aren't any that I'm tired of seeing them. I think that the part of that is though, because I do read mostly indie books. Granted, a lot of indie books have now been pulled up to be published, so they're seen more often than they were before. But I love that there are so many of each thing. So the ones that I think are being written the most, I don't really dislike that they're being written so often. That's really hard to word that. I'm sorry that I don't have a better way to say that. Okay, so I'm going to use I have the Urban Decay Cherry palette. This is way too bougie for me. This was a gift for Christmas, actually, from Danny, one of my patrons. And this one has like red tone, neutrals kind of. So that's what I'm going to use. I like to use the sparkly ones. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use Bang Bang on my lid here. Love seeing trope lists where authors are promoting their books. Right. And I mean, again, that's what my whole channel like is basically, right? Is recommending books by trope. So I love seeing it. I think that, let's see, I think that small town and a group of siblings being the small town series is written a lot. Now, does that mean that I'm tired of it? No, because I love small town romance. But I do think that every contemporary author has a small town series where they're all brothers of the heart or brothers or cousins or whatever. And then one of them is a firefighter or a sheriff. One of them is a single parent. One of them is a soldier. One of them is maybe a doctor. And that's how you do it, you know? And I can point to 10 of those series on my shelves just as it is. Maybe there's a secret billionaire. This small town has a billionaire fit in there as well. And those are your authors who that's their staple thing that they do, right? Kristen Proby, Corinne Michaels, Elsie Silver, Lena Hendricks, A.L. Jackson, like they all do it. And that's what works, right? And we all know as the readers that if we hold on, we're going to get the trope that we want out of that set at some point, you know? So we love to see that. Okay, now I'm going to use some Young Love, I think. Is this really pretty color over here? Put this at the corner, I think. Yeah, and all those small town series. Yep, they're so good. I mean, I love it, man. Tropes I wish I read more of in a small town is I love reading older women romances. I don't think there are enough of those. It's always the guy who's older because women consume mostly Excuse me 1 second. That is the mail. Sorry there. Apologies. I'll go get that when we're off of this, but that was an Amazon Prime delivery. They just are letting me know that it was here. So that was nice of them. Sorry, this was a sidetrack thing, something I meant to do. I shared this with my patrons and my channel members that I started a new wish list that has supplies that I need for the business, not just books that I want to get or things like that. And I have that listed in the description. So there were a few things that I need for the business that aren't fun stuff, you know, like they aren't the books, they aren't the whatever, all that. And they're things that just get pushed off because I'm like, oh, I'll get to this later. So I started a wish list that has supplies that I need for the business. Like, again, the boring things. Like I go through so many pens and highlighters for annotating. And I go through so much like tissue paper for wrapping books. And I go through labels and so all this boring stuff. So something just got delivered from my list today. So I will go and check that out and see who sent that to me soon. But anyway, that's just something that I have now. And I'm just putting it out there if that's something someone's interested in. But they came really early in the day. So that's why I was like, normally I don't have to worry about the mail person coming when I'm filming a video like that, but whatever. Okay, finishing this up here. Wait, which color was I using? Young Love. That's right. Ooh, I love how this color looks. It's so good. Okay, let me see. I think I have the same brush set you're using. Oh, I mean, these are literally e.l.f. brushes that are $1 a piece because, like I said, I'm not a makeup tutorial. I'm make it work. Any fancy makeup I own, I'm 100% real. Gifted from one of you guys. I have a Thrive Cosmetics in here, gifted for Christmas one year. So I do not buy the fancy stuff. It has been gifted by viewers who are like, hey, you should use something nicer. And I'm like, sure. Otherwise, I use like dollar store stuff because I just don't mind. And a lot of you guys know this now too. I barely even wear like makeup in videos anymore just because, I mean, I do it when like I feel like looking pretty, but that's about it because I'm just not worried about it anymore. So, okay, then I'm going to use a little bit of Turn On, which is this like creamy one right in the middle, to round this out. Ooh, I like how this looks. There's that. Love it. Let's see. Ashmeen? What a beautiful name. I'm sorry if I ruined that there. Kristen Proby released cover for her new book, When You Blush, and it has a surprise pregnancy. I saw that. It makes me so happy. Imagine with Me recently had a reverse age gap where the woman is older. Love it. I'll have to look that up. She has such a huge backlist. I was a little bit sad because I thought we were supposed to be getting an MFM from Kristen Proby. But maybe that's going to be a later book in the series because it was teased that there was one of the girls like went home with this guy and his boyfriend. Maybe that's going to be the last book in the series. But the next one is supposed to be The Doctor. And I'm very excited about that. So yeah, I love Surprise Pregnancy, Ashmeen. So I'm so excited. I love Kristen Proby's books so much. But I've only really read her Montana and her Wild and her Blackwell books. But I have read a few of her older ones. That's a novella, I guess. It will come out after this. So. Yeah, I figure a novella would be where it is because not everyone's going to want a MFM in a small town romance series. Like, they might be okay if you put in some spank and tickle, but not everyone's going to want polyamory, which is all right. It's all right. I get it. All right, I'm adding just a little bit of Ambitious, which is the sparkly one, in the middle here. Blend it with my finger a little bit. All right, so anything else? I'm almost done with makeup here, and then I've got to film. Anything else you want to touch on? Any other topic you want me to hit? I put up a question box on my Instagram asking 3 questions, which I don't fully have time to get into right now, but I'm going to film a video about it, asking people about if there are authors that you tried multiple times before you really started to like them. Are there authors that you've tried multiple times and you just cannot get with them? And are there authors that you try to get other people to read, even if they haven't liked one of the books that they've read? And so I'm going to do a video about that. Paige asked me, do you plan on reading the Deathless one? I don't plan on it. I honestly have not read anything by Emma Hamm. So I know a lot of my friends like her. She gets recommended a lot. And it's not a matter of like, I don't have any reason why not. Like, there's no conspiracy, there's nothing. I just have not read anything by her. So therefore, I don't really have a plan to read it from her. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't or I'm completely uninterested. It's literally I haven't thought about it. So I've heard many good things about her from my friends, though, who like her. So again, it's not from any animosity. I just haven't got to it. Okay, so now I'm just going to throw on a little bit of blush because I look like a vampiress. Just a little bit here before I do mascara because I've discovered that sometimes I get too aggressive with my brush and I smudge my mascara when I do this. Just a little bit there. And a little bit of highlight. I do not do much of this stuff at all, but is there any author deep dives you're planning? Oh, not really. I gotta tell you, my author deep dives are a lot of work and they don't get a lot of attention. Like, just being real, you guys know I don't do everything for views by any means, but some things I do for views. And author deep dives, besides the fact that I've done most of the authors that I have deep dived on, like most authors that I've read their backlists, I've already made that video on them. So I still have had one planned for Tiffany Roberts, but then I honestly haven't read anything from them in a while. So it's kind of a boring answer, but that's the truth anyway. Is there... Oh, hey, Candace. Hey, girl. Fave beauty product you use. All right. I mean, I don't use any beauty product every day except my toothbrush. So that's difficult to answer. But I am a mascara person. I need to upgrade some right now. Currently, the one I use is this Super Cloud Lash Blast by CoverGirl. But I don't have... Here's the thing. I don't have a single beauty product that it is the only one I use because I just use, honestly, whatever I want to try. But I do like CoverGirl quite a bit, and Maybelline. Those are the two mascara ones that I go back and forth with. But I also have tried out some from the Dollar Tree to see if there's any dupes that I like. This is one from the Dollar Tree that I actually kind of like as a topper, which I'll show you what I do right now. So right now I have the Super Cloud, which I love the brushes that are very like fine brushes because I like to get in really close. So I use this one on the bottom to like poof it up. So don't mind me while I stick my tongue out and do this. Give me a minute here. So there's one. See, I don't use any lash extensions or falsies. So I like ones that poof me out a bit, right? And I have very pale eyelashes. So there is my base, which is hard to see in this lighting, but it just spreads them out. And then I do something on top. And what I've been using right now literally is this Dollar Tree one. It has a big old spoolie, like it's all poofy. This was literally from the Dollar Tree. What's the brand even called? I don't even know. But I use this one to like floof it up. And it really does add some length and some volume to it. And it was only $1.25. So those are kind of the two that I am using right now, is the CoverGirl Lash Cloud. That's what I use. I do really love the falsies. And there's another one I like too that I can't remember right now. And then literally this mascara from the Dollar Tree. So I don't wear makeup too often so much anymore since you had your daughter almost 9 months ago. Still try sometimes, just not that. Yeah, I only do my makeup like once a week, if that. And today I only went as full coverage as I did because we were chatting while I did it, right? And it's fun to do it with you guys here. But right on time here. It's time to go film. Thank you guys for joining me. I did end up being about an hour long. Thank you for a bit of a chat. I know it was a surprise. I used to do these more often as a surprise because it was fun to chat with you guys, but my days have just been so busy that if I'm going to film, I have to film. I can't like do a chat first and then film. But today we had the time. So I was up early enough and I had the ambition. So now I've got some makeup on. Ooh, should I do the final touch? Let's do the final touch too. We'll just do something simple. This is a Dollar Tree one that I actually really, really like, by the way. I should share this. This is a Shea Butter lipstick in mauve. And it is a lip stain. And it is powerful, okay? I've used this on a few videos. So it actually, too, is like a little heart, which I don't care. Sorry, I totally got sidetracked. But this lip stain is super powerful. Because you just need a little bit of it. Boom. And it'll last through all of my filming, by the way. So this is a find at the Dollar Tree for sure. Shea Butter lipstick. They have like 3 different colors. I need to buy some of the others. It's great, by the way. So anywho, thank you guys for hanging out. I'll have some videos up for you soon. Again, I'll have that wish list in the description. There is a new annotated book form that will be going up next week. And yeah, I think that's everything that I have planned. So thank you so much for watching, my friends. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you soon. Bye.